I'm
on Google.
I just wanted to start recording, just letting everyone know that we are going to be recording this so that we can send it out to you probably on later today or Monday as a YouTube link. So you'll have all the information.
Yeah, just a quick interruption. Today's topic is Google, but it'll be available on YouTube.
Correct, right. Okay. So without further ado, I would like to have Alex and Michael get started, and there you go.
Awesome.
Thanks.
All right, everybody. Let's see here. Let me just get the chat going. Got that over here. All right, so my name is Alex Montalenti. I'm one of the co-founders of RealGrader. I've done probably, I'm going to say 10 or 12 workshops for the Hudson Gateway Association of Realtors. I've spoken at their events, and I've been in the industry for over 21 years. Give you a little background. Today we'll be going to be talking about who we are. We're going to talk about the 5 secrets to Google marketing. So I'm going to give you 5 actionable things that you can do on Google to grow your business. And these are the things that the top producers are doing right now. Like, we work with the #1 Remax team in the world. He gets a ton of business from his Google, right? From his Google business page, from his Google marketing, from his YouTube channel, which is owned by Google, from his Google reviews. He has over 960 reviews on Google. So there's a lot to be leveraged. He has his listings on Google. There's a lot to do here. We're also going to do a hot seat. A hot seat is really fun. Michael's going to do the hot seat today. So one of you will actually get the opportunity to get in the hot seat, and we're going to Google you live, and we're going to give you recommendations on what you can do about your Google presence, your Google business page, your Google reviews, so that you can actually start growing it. So, I mean, my first question for all of you is if you're here, it's because you want to grow your business. So I'm all about transparency and numbers. If you're not seeing a growth in the number of listings, if you're not seeing a GCI increase this year, you're not making progress, right? So I'm going to just ask you, how many deals did you do last year? Just put that in the chat. Was it 0 because you're new? Was it 1? Was it 20? Was it 50? Because then I'm going to ask you what your goal is. So I want to just get everybody on the same page. How many deals did you do last year? Put that in the chat.
Thanks, T. T said 3. Lee got 5. Mahika 0, Tunica 2. Looks like we have some newbies. That's awesome. You guys are in the right room. Kingsley 4. Wow, I'm new. 2 listings, 6 months. Valerie, well done. Alexia's new. Ayana's got 13. Nice. Got
Awesome.
A couple other newbies in there. Craig 4, Kingsley 1. Anthony's new. Tilly got 1.
All right, beautiful. Thank you for sharing. So I want to share with you the latest data. And this is interesting because of COVID, a lot of people got their real estate license, right? Some of you on this call got your license during COVID, right? So what happened is there's been a big influx in realtors. What that does is actually increases competition. And obviously with inventory being low, it's a lot harder to get a listing, right? So what does that mean? That means you need to stand out and be unique with your marketing. You have to do something different. You have to do something out of box. You can't just do what the average realtor is doing anymore, or you're just going to be competing like the average realtor. Does that make sense? 80% of realtors do 2 deals or less per year. 80%, which means only 20% do 2 deals or more. So I want to ask you right now, who are you going to be? Are you going to be part of the 20% that are doing things differently and getting a majority of the business? Or are you going to be part of the majority that are doing things the same and barely getting any business? Let me know in the chat. Are you part of the 20 unique, or are you part of the 80 average? That's really what's going on in the industry right now. There's a big gap between the top producers and then everybody else. Awesome.
Nice, Mahika.
Says 20, unique, love it. And what I'm going to give you today is really how you stand out. And I know the numbers because our company has actually done analytics on over 30,000 realtors in the country. So we know how realtors are doing on Google, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on YouTube. That's our business. Our business is to know how everybody's doing. All right, so participation in the chat is key. I'm seeing some participation. Mary's not joking. I do pick on people. That's the only way I get people to take action. It's a lot of fun for me, but it's even more fun for you because then you get results. And results means dollars, and results means more time with your family, more freedom, more enjoyment, more things for your family, right? And this is my family. So this is my mom. She's how I got in the business. She's retired now, but she was a realtor in Long Island, New York. And she started in the business in the 80s. She came from Romania. She's first generation. She came in 1968 from communist Romania. She had a nice house, yes, for sure. She did not get this house very easily. She started in America with nothing, big zero. She showed up at the airport with nothing, no money, left all of her belongings in Romania. Her house, she gave it to the government, and she just left. And she started from scratch. She worked in a factory in Queens, New York at the Staples factory, worked hard, saved up enough money, started getting a rental in Queens, New York, then invested in a rental property, then started doing rentals, then got into residential real estate, then purchased this home that she couldn't even live in. She rented out both sides of the home. And then eventually she actually lived in one side of the home and rented the other side. And then eventually she lived in the home, and we got to live in this home. So I was blessed to be raised in this house. She then sold this house, retired, and moved to Florida about 10 years ago. So now she's chilling, but real estate was everything for her. Connections, helping people from Romania buy their first home. That was her big thing. People from Europe buy their first home. And technology, not her thing. Like to this day, I still go to my mom's house, fix her remote, reset her to, the connection with her TV and her audio, fix her computer, all that still happens. And that's how I got in the business. Because in 1999, I came home from college and she's like, Alex, I have these listings, but I got to get them in the computer. I don't even know how to do that. And I would help her put the listings in the computer, help her market them. And one thing happened that changed my life. My mom got this commercial listing in like Westbury or something. And she's like, I don't think I can sell it. And I'm like, Mom, let's just give it a try. It's $80,000 commission, right? In 1999. So I did some email marketing, I did some online marketing, and we landed the buyer. $80,000 commission check, paid the mortgage for years. And then I started doing technology for realtors, like my mom and her friends who wanted help, and then her broker wanted help. And that's how I got in the business. I've been in the business ever since. We help realtors leverage technology to get more business. During COVID, we got mentioned in the press on The Real Deal, inmanrealtor.com. And why is because 48% of realtors say that keeping up with technology is their biggest challenge. And it makes sense. Like, you really don't have time for it. You're doing transactions, you're meeting people, you're working on the deals. Michael knows all the contractual obligations behind it, all the paperwork. So now what? You got to do social media and Google marketing, and it's a lot of work, right? I mean, how many of you are frustrated with that? Anybody struggling with that? Managing all of your social media, your Google, your marketing, your digital marketing, all of that?
Yeah, guys. Valerie's 100%. Anthony says yes. Ayana's a yes. Give us specifics. What's your biggest challenge? Time? Complexity? Teresa needs more. She loves to do it. T does, but it takes a lot of time. That's a big one we hear, T. Time.
Yeah.
Saying a lot of time.
It all boils down to time. I mean, for the most part. I mean, know-how is the other piece to it too. But at the end of the day, this isn't your highest priority item. My mom was still able to do a lot of money in real estate without knowing technology. You don't have to know it necessarily. If you want to know it, I'm going to give you the shortcuts today. But at some point, you have to decide, am I going to commit to it? Because this is the difference, everybody, in 2022. The realtors that went digital are killing it. They're crushing it. And the realtors who kind of stayed on the sidelines are now finally waking up and going, uh-oh, I better start doing this. So if you have any questions whatsoever, this is my texting line. You can text me at 516. Feel free to take out your phone, text this number. You can ask me any question you want at any time. I have a whole team of people that support here. This is free, by the way. I'm not selling you anything here. This is me just providing value to the community. That's part of what I do. When COVID happened, I actually made all my classes free for the entire year. And I did them every single day at 2 o'clock. Joseph says, cool hairstyle. Yeah, under this cap, I'm going to get my haircut tomorrow, so you'll see the fresh dew. But yeah, I like to keep it. This is actually where I drew the line right here. So I drew the line here, and that's when my business started to grow. So how to build a strong digital presence without wasting hours and hours trying to figure it all out. That's what I want to give to you today. And what I'm looking for today is to have you take action steps to upgrade your digital presence. I mean, a lot of you would love to double your business this year, and these are the kind of things that are going to help you do that. What was the phone number again? Let me go back to that for a second. So you want to put that in the chat, Michael. It's 516-400-4161.
Got it.
You'll immediately receive an automated text. Just enter your information and then shoot me a text. Put the words HGAR, the letters HGAR for HGAR, so I know where you came from. Awesome, let's keep going here. So this is what Google presence needs to look like for you, right? I Google your name and something like this would show up. This is a Google business page. How many people on the call have a Google business page? How many do not? Let me know, yes or no. This thing is huge, and I would bet that 90% of you are not leveraging it the way that it can be leveraged. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. So Peter Hernandez, he's the CEO of Douglas Elliman for the West Coast, the president of Douglas Elliman for the West Coast. And if you Google him, you'll see his Google business page, you'll see his Google reviews, you'll see his Facebook, his LinkedIn, his Instagram, his YouTube channel, which is owned by YouTube, right? You'll see his videos, his images. That's what a digital footprint on Google needs to look like. If you Google yourself and it doesn't look something like this, that means you're missing the boat. Because let's face it, it's a referral business, right? It's all about referrals and relationships. But guess what? They're still going to Google you. My mom still Googles the restaurants that I tell her to go to. She doesn't just trust me and go. She wants to say, oh, is Alex right about that? Right? Like even in family, we don't trust each other. It's crazy.
Right.
We trust Google more than we trust family. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So digital credibility is on Google. That's with your Google business page and your reviews. You can put your listings on Google. I'm sure a lot of you are not doing this right now. You can actually put your sold properties on Google. You could put your available properties too, but here's the catch, and I'm going to save you time right now. Don't put your available properties, because then you have to change it and put it under contract and then change it again and put it as sold. Just put your sold properties on Google. You won't have to change anything. That saves you time. And you're going to look like somebody that sells a lot of real estate, which is the name of the game for Google. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give you an insight. We just went to the Keller Williams family reunion with thousands of agents. We just went to the RE/MAX R4 with thousands of agents. And we would go Michael would do it. We would grab agents out of the hall and we would say, how many deals did you do last year? Were you a top producer? And they go, absolutely, I crushed it. I wouldn't be at this event if I didn't do well. And we go, great. If I was to go Google you, how did it go, Michael? You tell them.
So yeah, exactly like Alex said, I'd pull them in and they would say, yes, I have a killer presence on Google. I killed it last year, and I bring them and sit them down at a 50-inch television and Google them live, just like we're going to do here in a minute. And they would be shocked. Half their profiles were incomplete. Some were missing. It was a complete eye opener and game changer for them. And that's really what we're here to talk about, is really what your clients see when they Google your name. Did you know 80% of your clients Google you before they even find you, before they even go into business with you? And even referrals Google you before they even go into business with you. So that's what we're going to talk about.
And everything right here, by the way, is free.
All of it.
So stop looking for the shiny objects, like where can I spend my money on marketing? Start looking at the free stuff first and making sure your foundation is set up. As a brand new agent, this would be the first thing I do, set up my Google business page. So your properties, your bio, your reviews, this is all your digital credibility. Now, here's a fun fact. Google bought YouTube in 2006 for 1.65 billion. YouTube now makes 15 billion a year. Why am I bringing this up? Because most people don't know Google owns YouTube. So why do you want a YouTube channel? Well, because YouTube videos show up on Google right on top. So I know a lot of you are not in video, you're not getting on video. That's okay. I have an alternative for you. Just do neighborhood videos, right? Put your property videos on YouTube. Those will be highly indexed on Google and they'll show up on the top when we Google your name. Very important. Secret number one. Okay, I'm gonna cover 5 secrets today. Secret number one is Google business pages. You must create a Google business page, whether you do it or you have us do it or you have somebody else do it. Make sure it gets done because it's very important. Google business pages, 60% of agents have no Google business page right now. They're growing, it's getting better, but it's still missing. This is what it looks like. Linda Skolnick, she's a top realtor in Westport, Connecticut. She has 24 Google reviews. She has her listings here. It looks beautiful. If you Google her name, that's what you're gonna see. Google lets you stand out with a Google business profile. Talk about standing out. Make sure it has your photo. Most of you, if you have a Google business page, have the picture of the office. I've even seen pictures of garbage containers in the back of an office because Google car went by and just took a quick picture, right? That looks horrible. I've seen that for realtors and I'm like, oh my God, really? So make sure it's your photo. There's actually a way to default your photo as the only photo to show there. Add your essential info. You can link to your website. You can link to your phone number. Did you know that you can even track the number of phone calls you get from Google Business? And I just got off the phone with Barry Paley, who's in Woodbury, New York. He has 86 reviews. He got so many phone calls this month alone. He closed 2 deals off of his Google business page. Imagine that, just getting phone calls that close deals. This is what Google does. Google is like, I know back in the day, my mom was in the yellow pages. Right? Anybody remember the yellow pages, that big book that would sit by the phone book? Yeah, that got replaced by Google. So now you need to be in here. Create posts, you can create offers, you can put your open houses on Google, right? And you can track the analytics. This is the part that would really open your eyes. Once you start looking at the analytics on your Google business page, you'd be like, oh, wow, I didn't realize that much traffic was happening on, you think traffic happens on your website? No. There's way more traffic happening on your Google business page than your website. Make sense? So far, so good. Biggest takeaway on that, secret number one, let me know in the chat. Please take action on this. This is why I'm here, to help you to get action taken on this. If you have questions, text us. We can help with it.
We only asked if there was a fee for Google Business. No, it's free.
Yeah.
What's your biggest takeaway, T? Regarding Google business pages? Therese, Joseph? What do you
Take
got?
action now. I like it. Take action
Exactly,
now.
Joseph.
I was just at a
Yes.
conference. They said, do it now. Say, do it now. Do it now. That's it. That's all it takes. Just do it now. Get it over with. Set it
Therese
and forget
says,
it.
we actually helped her do her Google business page last year, along with setting up other social media. She highly recommends us. She's sorry she just got a call. She has to hop off. Thank you, Therese. Have a wonderful day.
Amazing. Anthony says, are you going to show us how to set up a page? I can't show you because I don't have enough time. It actually takes a lot of time to set up a page, although it's free. There's a lot of settings in there, probably take you a few hours. But I do have a free guidebook on how to get it set up on RealGraderUniversity.com, and also a video on how to do it. So if you go to RealGraderUniversity.com, you can get that free video and free guidebook. And at the end, I'll offer you guys an opportunity. If you want us to do it for you, I'll tell you about that as well. So let's go into secret number 2. It's not just enough to have a Google business page. It's about Google reviews. If anybody is still getting reviews on Zillow, you've missed the boat. The boat already, that shipper has already sailed. It's time to get reviews on Google first. Every top producer, every major company, brand, team in the world that we work with has already made the shift. They are now getting their reviews on Google as the first place they ask for a review. Okay? Anybody still doing Zillow? Be honest, let me know. No problem if you are, but I'm just waking you up to the fact that that's not going to matter anymore. It's going to matter a little for those that are really Zillow heavy, right? But if you already have a bunch of reviews on Zillow, what's another 10, 20 reviews if you already have a bunch? What you need to do is diversify and make sure your Google is really growing. Kingsley says, I ain't even going to lie. I do Zillow. I know, I hear you. I see it all the time. All right, so Google reviews. This is one way to get Google reviews really easy. We created a digital business card where you can text message a link to people that takes them right to the Google 5-star reviews. we have a free 30-day trial on this, getinstacart.com. But what I want to show you is a shortcut to getting Google reviews. So if I go to Linda Skolnick on Google, this is her Google business page. For any of you that have that, if you click on the map, over here, there's a share button on the left-hand side. If you hit share, that's the direct link to your Google business page. There's an even better link, but it's more complex, that goes right to the reviews. That's what we put on an Instacart. But this link takes them right to your Google business page. And so you can send this to them via text or via email to get your 5-star reviews. Here's another pro tip. Google Business allows you to get reviews from anybody. That's how people like Gary Ashton, #1 Remax team in the world, have 900 reviews. It's not just transactions. Zillow, it's only transactions. Google, your inspector can do it, your broker can do it, your lawyer can do it, your friend can do it, your son or daughter can give you a review, right? So now you can get reviews really quick. Who's got 5-star reviews on Google? Let me know in the chat, and who's going to take action on this one?
Nice, T. Well done.
I'm going to set a benchmark for you. If you don't have at least 25 reviews on Google, you're not really going to be doing so hot.
Right.
It's not about just one, or it's not about one or two, just letting you know. And why is that? Because it's part of Google's optimization, okay? Google is optimizing for the best realtors in the country right now as we speak. They're actually creating a list of who they want to recommend as the best realtors in your market. That list already exists. You probably not even on it right now. Is anybody on the Google local list? Let me know in the chat. Do we have anybody on there, Michael?
Nothing yet, but we have a lot of folks saying they're going to take action to get those reviews. Remember, 25 is a big number. T has 5 stars. Tony's tried to set up a Google page with his marketing coordinator 3 times. Last step was to provide office address to Google and can send a postcard to verify. They never sent the postcard. It's all good,
Yeah,
Tony. We can help.
That's a process, right? Like you go online, google.com/business to set up your Google business. Then they send you a postcard verification. Then you go edit your profile. Then you can optimize your profile for your local service areas. Then you can add your listings, your photo, all of these different things. It does take time. You either got to get somebody like your son, daughter, friend, marketing assistant, whatever, to help you, or you get a company to do it, or you really, go watch the YouTube videos and figure it out. But it is very important. I would say it's the #1 profile you all need to be on. I'm putting that above Zillow. I'm putting that above realtor.com. I'm putting that above homes.com. I'm putting that above your website. Your website won't even get traffic if you don't have a Google business page, because your Google business page drives traffic to your website. And I've been in websites for 21 years. So.
Yep. Google reviews equal currency, you guys. Period.
So #1 was a Google business page. You got to have that. #2 is your Google reviews. You got to have at least 25. And I know I'm setting big goals for you all, but you're all big people, right? You're realtors that do big transactions in Westchester. So we can handle this. Secret #3 is Google local service ads. This one is huge. So Google has been around for a long time. On the very top of Google, if I was to put best realtor in Westchester, like, wouldn't you want to show up if you did real estate in Westchester? Well, that's available now. That's called Google local service ads. It shows up above Google AdWords. It shows up above Google Maps. It shows up above Google Business, and it shows up above SEO. Most people don't know about this. This is like a secret. I'm giving you all the secrets, the juicies here. If I was to put Bayside NY real estate agent, look what shows up here. This is our client, Olga, okay? These are Google local service ads. Kind of looks like Zillow, right? Yeah, no coincidence here. When Zillow announced they were a brokerage, Google launched Google local service ads. So this is yet an opportunity in many markets. Doesn't work perfectly for every market, but if it works good for your market, this thing could do really well for you. I have clients that do 5 deals a month off of this. I have clients that do nothing on this. So it really matters, do you have the reviews? Because it's about reviews in a lot of these cases. Now, when my mom was in the business, the biggest supermarket in the world is where she would want to be, and she would want to be on the shopping cart, right? Now, if we could be on Amazon, I'm sure you'd want to be on Amazon, but what's the biggest search engine in the world? It's Google. So you do want your face on the top of Google for your local market. That's how you're going to dominate. And Google's doing this thing right now where the people who are up there the most stay up there, as long as you pick up the phone and you service people. I don't even know how to explain this well. Maybe Michael, you can. I'm going to give it one shot. It's like Google wants to recommend the best realtors, but up until a while ago, they didn't know who they were. So what did they do? They put you all to the test. They actually let you get put up there, and then they tracked every phone call. They recorded it. They saw who picked up the phone and who didn't. And those that responded and serviced people stayed up higher. So over time, eventually Google will have the best realtors on the top. That's what they're building. Did I explain that well, Michael? Anything you want to add?
Absolutely. No, just to be clear as well, it's a pay per phone call lead generating service. So it's an ad that's up there. It just has your face in your reviews that are a direct link to your Google business page and a phone number, and you pay per phone call. And I just talked to our Google local expert, and he says average phone call in your area is between $50 and $75 now, and you'll set a budget per week, totaling up to a month budget, and you just pay per phone calls that come in. And again, just piggybacking what Alex said, of our clients, a lot of our clients are having a lot of success on there, and it's only a year young, so it's not too late to get on there.
And you know why we have clients that don't have success, and I'll tell you exactly why they don't have success. Number one, they don't have enough reviews. They only have like 1 or 2, and we don't even take clients for that service anymore that have less than 25 reviews. And they don't pick up the phone, and they're not using the app to track their calls. So Google's like, you're not responsive, so we're not going to give you more leads. So that's what that looks like. This thing's a monster for those that it works for. You get the badge called Google Screened, you're Google Guaranteed. It's really a big deal. And there's an app that you download where you track all your leads. Every phone call is recorded. If you thought Zillow was a cool service, this thing is so tech heavy. It's amazing. And you get to choose what service areas you want to market to. And there's no contract on this thing, which is nice. Meaning you can go month to month. So if you want to get more leads and grow your business, Google local service ads is amazing. But again, secret one was Google business page, because without a Google business page, you can't even play here. Secret number 2 is Google reviews. You need to have a lot of them in order to play here. And for some of you, this may not be a thing, but for some of you, it might. How many of you think this might be a thing for you? Like you have a lot of reviews, or you want to have a lot of reviews. You are a responsive agent. You want to get leads from Google. If that's the case, put Google local and your phone number in the chat, and Michael can reach out to you to see if you actually even qualify for this.
I also dropped my calendar link in there just now for anyone who wanted to talk about it as well.
But these are what I'm showing here are what the top producers are doing. Like Gary Ashton, #1 Remax team in the world. He's all over Google local. You look at like Lori Reeder down in Florida. She's 1,000 reviews. She's all over Google local. Benjamin Howell in Connecticut. He's done a tremendous amount of business. Barry Paley at Keller Williams. A bunch of people that we have that do well here. Secret number 4. So are we good on the first 3 secrets? Let me know if you have questions, comments in the chat. Michael, let me know if there's anything.
We're all good, man. We have a lot of interest in Google local. I dropped my calendar link for people to schedule time. A lot of people asked if it's cost money. No, I've been saying no, it's free. A lot of gentlemen or lady asked, can you select preferences for sellers or buyers? And the answer is no, you cannot select. It's random.
You can select the preference. They allow you to select the preference. The truth is though,
right,
that they'll send you whatever somebody calls on.
Right.
Okay. Now, if you choose to deselect rentals and you get a rental lead, you could actually not take the lead and dispute it and not pay for it. It's pretty sophisticated service. Number 4 is Google. And just to be clear, Google local does cost money. It's Google business that's free. Google has a variety of different products. Okay. Now, secret number 4 is Google products and services. And I'm just going to put this out there. Like, if you're going to be in the business for the next 5 years, 10 years, and you really want to build an asset for yourself, and you're even thinking about selling your real estate business, Having a Google business page and having reviews actually goes in the asset portfolio of the sale of your business. I have a company that sold their business. They got $100,000 more just because they had 5-star ratings on Google and they had hundreds of reviews. Can you imagine just $100,000 more because of that? That's the reality right now. So secret number 4, Google products and services. This is where you can add products and services. Originally, Google created this so you could sell products, but we all know that nobody's going to click to buy a $1 million home on Google, right? But the point is you can tweak it to put your listings in here. And that's what realtors have done, is they started putting their listings here. Okay, so Linda Skolnick, look at her listings here, right? And she's showing off like $10 million homes in Westport, 2,390,000. She sells like luxury. But I would put, she actually puts her availables. I would actually just put your sold,
Right.
Because I think it's less work.
Yeah, it's something else you have to manage, right? You know, if for those newbies, I always recommend put your listings there because you haven't sold anything. But once they've converted and put them as sold, it's just something you don't have to manage again, you know?
And talking about managing it, all of this is managed through the Google Business Dashboard. So once you create a Google Business page, you have a dashboard, and in there you can do a whole world of things. It's really a whole world in there. All right, so secret number 5. Have you Googled yourself lately? Let me know in the chat. Have you actually Googled yourself to see what you look like? Because it's not just about your Google business page, right? It's about everything that shows up on Google about you. I'm going to give you the worst case scenario. I was at the Keller Williams event. This realtor came up to me. He's like, dude, I'm trying to kill it in the business. I've done a tremendous amount of real estate, but this one time I had an article written about me and it was just really negative. And he can't get that thing off of Google, and he's lost multiple deals because of it. Now, I'm not saying you all have bad press. No, there could be nobody with bad press. What I'm saying is that people Google you and they look at your results, and that's gonna tell them the level of professionalism and the level of marketing that you're doing. Let's not forget that realtors are marketers. Right? You're marketing a home. So if you're not marketing yourself well, my confidence in you to market my property is also very low.
T Googles herself all the time. Leah does as well. Joseph has not yet. We challenge you to, Joseph. Check it out.
Awesome. So how is your digital presence? Now, when you look at your digital presence, part of it is online reputation, Google, Zillow, homes.com, Realtor, Facebook, LinkedIn. Many of you don't know this, but you can have reviews on all 6 of these platforms. And I recommend having at least 1 on each, but on Google is where I would go heavy. Next up, social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. All of this is interconnected, everybody. Google's now linking to all these other profiles, right from Google business pages, right from the home screen. If I Google a top realtor, I'm gonna see all 8 of the profiles. Google business, Facebook business, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, homes.com, realtor.com, and Zillow, and then probably your website. And that's what a good search result for you needs to look like. So if I wanted to list or buy with you, where do I go to search? Anybody get the clue yet?
It's pretty obvious. Come on.
Let me know in the chat.
I know T knows. I know Leah knows. I knew T would jump in there. Thanks, Anthony. Yes, it's Google.
It's Google.
Yes,
and you need a
Jeanette.
solid foundation to grow. So if I Google you, I want to see your Google business page. I want to see your realtor.com, your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your Instagram, your YouTube, your Zillow, and your homes.com. That to me is a complete picture. And as long as this is consistently branded, looks professional, totally set up, you're good to go. So I want to ask you all, what do you think your grade would be? If I was to grade you, and this is what we do, we grade realtors. You can go to getyourfreegrade.com and get a free grade. But we grade realtors on their online platforms. We've graded over 30,000 agents. And 1 through 100, what would your score be? Let me know in the chat. Like 100 is, yeah, go ahead.
This is sorry, it's my favorite part. This is where the transparency comes through. This is really how we can gauge who we're talking to and how we can kind of steer the presentation to most benefit you guys. So T's a 70, bold, I love it. Magali's 0, Leah doesn't know. Valerie's a 1. We got Anthony at a 1. T, that's intriguing. I appreciate that. We're gonna find out.
Yeah, so I mean, this is where you're going to learn a lot, because here's the biggest mistakes that happen. I'm giving you literally what we found, our findings. Out of 30,000 agents graded, here's the most common mistakes made by agents. Number one, inconsistent social media and a lack of branding. Some of you work for the most amazing companies like Remax, Coldwell Banker, Douglas Elliman, you name it, but I don't see that anywhere in your online branding. 5 out of the 8 sites allow you to have a beautiful branded image. That's called a cover image. Each one has a different size. That's one of the things we do. We set up branded image for all of our clients. There's broken links and outdated information. I literally yesterday was on my podcast. I have a podcast called Top Real Estate Influencers Podcast. I interviewed one of the top realtors, and she had 3 broken links right on her Facebook, Realtor, and Zillow. Couldn't believe it, right? Losing leads. Inappropriate or negative content, missing reviews, missing profiles, duplicate profiles. How many people have 2 Facebook pages? How many people have 2 LinkedIn profiles? Data is not being synchronized. This one's scary. Like, I Google you and then I check out your Zillow, and you just told me you did 10 deals last year, but I go on Zillow and it says 0 deals in the last 12 months, right? All this is available on Google.
What's your podcast, Alex? Someone's asking.
Season 1 is just about to drop, which is, but it's going to be called Top Real Estate Influencers Podcast. We interviewed Tristan Ahumada, Tammy Bunnell, co-chair of Exit, Ines, who's on the NAR committee, bunch of top realtors, Peter Hernandez.
Awesome. Thank you.
Gary Ashton. But this is the fun part. So this is where I'm going to allow Michael to actually take one of you through the hot seat. Okay, but the hot seat is our most interactive thing, where we actually Google you live and we give you feedback on your online presence. In the meanwhile, while Michael's doing that, I'll Google anybody that puts their name and phone number in the chat. I'll Google you and give you recommendations. This is where you're going to get the most juice out of this. So if you want to be in the hot seat, if you want to participate, either having me Google you or having Michael hot seat you live, put your name, your full name as it would be in Google, and your phone number, and we're going to start Googling you right now.
Awesome. Let me just get this correct deck up here, you guys. So this is my favorite part, you guys. So I'm about to give somebody some free tips on what you can do to fix your presence. This is super beneficial. So Alex, in the chat, who is volunteering first?
So I'm just going to go random here. So
okay.
I saw Valerie Cunningham.
Of course. Thanks, Valerie. I knew you'd jump in. All right, you guys. So I'm in another country. I'm in San Juan del Sur, Nicaragua. This is the first time I've ever Googled her, and this is what pops up. So the first red flag, Val, first of all, thank you for your volunteering and transparency. Let's do this. If you have it or not, on the right-hand side, your Google business page is not auto-populating. That's something we can help with. Remember, when we Google you, it should look something like this. You know, your headshot should be there, a nice, clear, crisp cover photo behind you. Connect to the Google Maps. Start building your reviews on there, because remember, Google reviews are equal currency. Remember, another cool thing under appointments is a link to your digital business card. That's something that'll happen when you join with us. So when your clients hit on it, as you see, it is a direct link to this gentleman's business card. You can put videos on there. Any link you want, we can put on there. Andy wanted his listings on there. He wanted to let folks know what their home was worth, all those reviews. But most important, remember, your digital business card is now the #1 way you're getting reviews. You hit that review me button, and then all of a sudden direct links pop up to every single platform that you want your folks to leave you a review. Now, you also noticed when I hit that Instacart button, it took over my entire screen. There's a reason. It's a fully functioning website, but it's only an app on your phone. It's super cool. I love that whole concept. So let's get back. You guys, you'll notice the first link for Valerie is her LinkedIn. So let's hit that. This is the very first link her clients can hit in order to see if she is a realtor that they want to do business with. So the first thing is, I love the headshot, but we're missing a branded cover image. Looks like she's with Realty South. We want to see a nice, beautiful picture in the background, leveraging that Realty South brand on there. You guys, I don't know if you remember, but 6 months ago now, Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp crashed. Okay, the whole world lost their mind, and when the real estate world, everyone went to LinkedIn. I know all of you have people in your inbox right now looking to connect with you with LinkedIn. Get on there, get yourself branded, and connect to your sphere. It's a massive platform.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. I want to ask Valerie. Valerie, you can come on audio. I just want to
Oh,
see
yeah.
what market does she serve, because it seems like there's a few Valerie Cunninghams, and
Got
so
it.
she's even got additional competition. So we might want to put in the
So
geographic
I
area.
am in Westchester. I'm with Keller Williams Scarsdale,
Nice.
but
How
I'm
are you?
actually good. I'm with that agency, but I'm a little farther north. I'd like to be in Katona,
Okay.
Somers.
Awesome.
I'm
Valerie, how
about
long have you been in real estate?
I've had my license for 5.5 months.
Okay, beautiful. So you have a chance to do the following. We would recommend putting a middle initial because as you see, there's several other Valerie Cunninghams out there. Millions of realtors across the nation do it. So start
Okay.
thinking about that concept. And if you'll notice, out of all the Valerie Cunninghams, the first one is your realtor.com, right? You're in your Scarsdale, right?
Right.
Unfortunately for you, it's blank. Now, don't freak
Right.
out. This is very common for most realtors, but this is the #1 platform that people hit when they're researching if they want to go into business with you. For all of
Okay.
you out there, all of you have a realtor.com. It was created for you for free when you got your license. A lot of you don't even know it. But when you see this image, you guys, this is the default image. So you got to get a cover image, brand the Keller Williams logo, get that headshot in there, put your bio in, max out your areas served. It only shows 1. You can put up to 18.
Okay.
So that's something crucial you can actually do today. So if anything from today, get on there and fix that. Keep going down here. One keys.
Yeah,
Valerie.
the one key was me. That one has the middle
Okay.
initial.
Beautiful. Okay, so we want to keep this going. Valerie L. Cunningham. Perfect. She's Keller Williams, Scarsdale. What else? Is this your Facebook? Nope, that's
No,
not you.
I do have a Facebook. It's Valerie
Sure.
Cunningham Real Estate.
Okay, so notice you have different names. You have Valerie Cunningham here, Valerie L. Cunningham there, Valerie. So we want to keep it all consistent. It's branding 101. So for
Okay.
example, no matter where we find you, you look the same and your name the same. This is Mr. Andy Barnes, just a buddy of mine. He's a managing broker at EXP. No matter where you find this man, he's named the same, right?
Right.
And he looks the same.
Okay.
I won't bore you with all of his, but this is the concept that all of you should be catching on to is consistent branding across the board.
Okay.
So thank you, Valerie, for your transparency. I hope you got something out of that. I'm going to keep moving on. Alex, give me
I got
one
an
more person.
appointment on the 17th is what I got. I'm going to have you guys do
awesome.
it.
Thanks for scheduling. I appreciate you.
Awesome. I'll give you another one. Let's go with the next one on the list, Vanessa Alfano.
Vanessa Alfano, just like it sounds. Vanessa, unmute. Vanessa.
I'm gonna if I don't hear from Vanessa, then we'll pick somebody who's on video.
Vanessa, 3, 2, 1. All right, shoot.
So let's do Jean T. Colangelo.
Really? You gave me the hardest one to
So,
spell.
hold on, I'll give it to you right here. Bear
Did
with
I
me.
do it right?
Oh.
Gene, are you unmuted?
Yeah.
It's J
It's
J E.
Colangelo.
Oh, my bad. And I'm Italian too, so it's not.
There's a lot of vowels. C-O-L-A-N-G.
Oh, it's T. Hey, T.
Hi.
Colangelo. I knew you'd jump in here. Colangelo. 1L, 1L, 1L. Cool. Here we go. So
There we go.
yeah, beautiful. All right. So T, again, whether you have one or not, your Google business page isn't auto-populating on the right. That's something that can be fixed with optimization. So it looks like you're with Houlihan Lawrence. Nice. We do a lot of work with you guys. I don't know if you've seen us present to your offices before. Then after that is realtor.com. So you guys, you're seeing a trend here. Why realtor.com is at the top? They're paying Google a ton of money in order for this to happen. They started pumping money in, same thing as when Google did when Zillow became a brokerage. So you notice she has a beautiful headshot. She's got her license number here. She's a Houlihan Lawrence. She has a pretty picture of a home, but what we would like to see it a little bit more crisp and then leveraging your Houlihan Lawrence logo. So as we scroll down here, she's got her bio in there, guys. She's been in it for 4 years. Areas served, she's limiting herself because she can put 18. So T, I would challenge you to log in today and max that out. Lots of specializations. And another tip I can give you, T, and all of you on the call, cut and paste those areas served and put it as the last paragraph in your bio. It'll help in many, many ways. So let's keep going. Here's our Facebook. So what we're looking for is consistent branding. Okay, we have the same headshot, but you're noticing, guys, some inconsistent branding, different cover images, if you will. So we would like to pick one. This is cool, but we're still missing that Houlihan Lawrence logo. So you guys, this is her Facebook business page. I can tell because she has her asks set. There's more calls to action, asking her guests who are visiting her Facebook to certain questions. Now, T, I have one question. How often do you check your email? I know you
All
probably
the
say every
time.
day, right? That's good. If you're loyal to it, keep it. But we always recommend call now. Send them to your cell phone. A lot of these folks on this call, T, they have messaged me, but none of them check their Facebook messages. So make sure your calls to action are correct, you guys. Goes to the one place where you're going to answer these people immediately. Now, here's her LinkedIn. Same headshot. Now, look, that cover image is sharp and crisp, obviously because it's a little bit smaller, but we want to leverage the Houlihan Lawrence brand. But you guys, you get it. She kind of gets the concept of consistent branding, at least with the headshot. So that's good. And a couple of the platforms had the same cover image, same headshot. I love it. She's got 2,000 followers. T, who does your posting?
Me, I do it all.
Nice. Well done. You do a great job. For those of you out there interested on custom posts, it's something that we do as well. It's a service. It's called Done For You. Here's one of your competitors, Douglas Elliman. We create her custom posts for her. You meet for an hour and a half, the design expert. When I say custom, it's completely custom. Here's a brand in South Florida. They want a minimalistic. It's all good. But if that's something you're interested in, you guys, in the chat, throw your name and put Done For You and your cell phone, or whatever. Just hit my calendar link and we'll schedule time. That's even easier. How about that? All right, we'll keep going. Pinterest, HomeSnap, Zillow. I think this is just a list you might have on Zillow. Oh, that's just actual Zillow. So T, well done. You're I'd say halfway there. I'd give you probably a 45 to a 50, but we need to max you out. We got to get that Google business page optimized. We have to get you branded across the board. You're missing a couple on here. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do.
All right,
And
let's-
I have a Zillow profile too.
You definitely do. Here is your YouTube. I had to search for it, but what we need, oh, look, you got some videos, you go, girl. And look, you guys, she's got the concept, consistent branding. It's just not quite professional enough, and that's something that we want to help her with. So nice, T, thanks for being transparent. That was awesome. I appreciate you guys. So I'm actually gonna stay with you for a second, T. What was your biggest takeaway from all of this?
So I knew my issue was that my business Google profile is suspended. It never it never set up. I can't figure out how to unsuspend myself.
Okay.
I must have filled out something wrong when I created it.
Yes, that's something our Google local expert can help our coaches with if they can't answer the question, because we have direct ties with Google. Obviously don't know the answer because I haven't looked into it yet, but it's something we can help you with. But besides the fact that your Google business page is missing, what else is your biggest takeaway?
Well, you mentioned a few times that I should sort of like market the Houlihan Lawrence, but I was thinking I should market my own logo more.
Both.
So
Yeah, make yours huge, keep it the same, right? I love that green one. That was awesome. Let's keep that large and put a little Houlihan Lawrence brand in the bottom right corner with a phone number. You know, we have to make it dummy proof for these people to actually contact you. But you join Houlihan Lawrence for a reason. You know, they're a massive brand. They have that name recognition that folks are looking for. So leverage it, right? And that goes for all of you. EXPs, your Keller Williams, your Remaxes on here, Century 21s. You join for a reason. They're all great companies. So why not use the brand, right? It just helps you with you brand yourself. And as far as the rest of you guys, what's your biggest takeaway? Throw it in the chat. I would really appreciate hearing you guys what you got from this, looking at other folks' profiles.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you show just real quick, Michael, Linda Skolnick's branding, so they really
Sure.
get what branding should look like.
Absolutely.
This is what we made for Linda. If you just go Linda Skolnick Realtor.
Oh yeah, she's always here. So you guys, this is what would happen going through our program. Note her Google business page auto-populates, beautiful headshot, connected to the maps. Social media stack will be at the bottom. That's important. And then, like we mentioned, as wherever we find her, you're going to look the same. You know, she met with our design experts for an hour and a half, came up with this cool, you know, she's leveraging Coldwell Banker. She's got her name, letting people know she's a license.
She's got her own logo there too. So that
Yep.
LS over there is her logo. So you can get both in there. You just have to find a way to put it together nicely.
Absolutely. Here's her realtor.com. You're going to see the same thing. Got her logo in there. This is where we moved it to the top because, you know, sometimes the images get cropped. letting people know she's ranked in the top 2% realtors worldwide. Did I do Facebook? I did do Facebook. Here's her Zillow, which doesn't have it. LinkedIn. So you guys get the picture. That's the branding that we came up with her. You're going to do the same thing with an expert, and I'll talk about how that process happens here in a couple minutes. So here is the process that RealGrader follows, and here's the process you should follow. We call it the 8-site blueprint. It is a proven system for 6 years solid, and it works. So follow along. First thing we do is your Google business page. It's the most important. Make sure it's set up, make sure it gets found on the maps and help you start getting those 5-star reviews. And don't forget, we set it up to your digital business card. Second is your Facebook business. That's actually one of the hardest. That's why we placed it second, because there's so many links to make sure work, so many calls to action to set. Obviously, we're going to brand you there, help you start getting your leads. Then we switch to Instagram business. Now, some of you might have questions. Oh, if I have a personal, can it be turned into a business? The answer is yes. Some of you want to have both personal and business. The answer is yes, but you got to have an Instagram business and a Facebook business. Facebook bought Instagram. So if you have a Facebook and an Instagram, you turn that Facebook business into a business and attach it to Instagram, it'll turn it into an Instagram business. It's kind of cool. Then we focus on LinkedIn, very powerful profile. You know, you're connected to your own sphere. Everyone here knows you. Ton of business is being done here. We're going to make sure it's set up, brand that cover image, make sure your bio's in there, help you connect to your sphere. YouTube, don't forget, Google bought YouTube, you guys. The more people watch your videos, the more they auto-populate on the first page. Now, mind you, as I'm going through these profiles, if you don't have them, don't worry. We create them, optimize them, and brand them. If you do have them, obviously we just optimize and brand. You're going to have access to this RealGrader certified complete digital presence social media influencer badge. You're going to use this on all of your marketing. I highly recommend it. Then we switch to the real estate specific platforms, homes.com. A lot of you don't know you can put videos on there. We make sure your social media stack is there. So wherever people find you, they can find you other places as well. Realtor.com, obviously a super powerful one. It's going to be the first that pops up on Google. Make sure it's optimized, get that branded cover image or bio, make sure all your service areas are there, website links work. And then we end with Zillow because yes, nowadays it is the least important, but it is a necessary evil. All right. A lot of you are on there. Shall we play? I'm not sharing my audio.
You could skip it. You could skip that. But that's just Linda talking about the process and how we helped her.
Yeah, Linda Skolnick is top producer there in Connecticut. But information alone never helps anyone, you guys. You know, you go to these things, you go to these webinars and you spend your time, you get a ton of free stuff, but then you don't end up doing with it. You know, you literally have two choices. Don't do anything with it, or just like Alex said in the beginning, take action, make the investment. I've already gotten several texts. And congratulations for my action takers already. Make the investment in your future and solidify your digital presence. This is where you are. You want to be here. That we call it the gap. Allow us to bridge it, bring you over, make your complete digital presence happen. Make sure you're a social media influencer. You know, we do it all for you if you haven't figured it out. I mean, that's our service. So you don't waste any more time. It's not complex because we know how to do it. And there's no more frustration. It's amazing. Now, I love this slide. What's your time worth? Because this is a time saver. What are you going to do with that time? You know, you could go home, spend more time with family, vacations, or go out there, get more business. I don't know where you're at in your business, but this applies to everyone. Think about how much time you've been wasting already trying to figure this stuff out. You know, I like to segue into this. You know, the most successful people on the planet, all the way back to the Rockefellers, the Fords. You know, there was an interview I was reading a book with Mr. Ford and he was being interviewed and this gentleman asked him, you know, so tell me about this portion, like an engineering question. He's like, I don't have any idea. He hired somebody who knew much better about that process than he did, leveraged his time to go focus on other things. And that's what you guys need to do. You're in business for yourself. You know, there's so much stuff you guys, being in compliance, you know, laws you have to follow. I mean, it's impossible to keep up with all this stuff. So you have to leverage your time and find the experts to do things for you. So we did the research for you, of course. And this is basically, I'm going to go through the value of everything that we've been talking about. You know, there are other companies out there that can do your platform by platform. We're the only ones out there that do all 8. For example, you know, HomeSnap, great company. They can optimize your Google business around $300. I have a good buddy of mine, Dino Gomez. He can help you with Facebook business, around 300. There's companies out there that can leverage all of these for you and help you on an individual basis, right? Your total value doing it yourself would be about $1,200 is what you would spend. Then there's a bonus with us. This actually starts with a 90-minute success call with an expert and branding specialist. We spend an hour and a half with each of you. We take our time, and that time is designed to extract the information we need from you in order to fulfill our promise that 30 days later, after this 90-minute phone call, everything is going to be complete. A lot of folks call us just for that call. It's another $600. So doing it all yourself, looking at everything you get in the package, you're looking around $1,770. All right. The second bonus that happens with us is you get a customized Instacard. We charge you $99 a year. It's pretty much the exact same amount of money you would spend for paper. That value is at $300. So looking at all of it, putting it together, doing it yourself, the value is right around $2,000, $1,980. But during this live webinar, you guys can capture it for only $897. It's only $897 one-time fee. That's all you pay for us to go to work, meet with you for an hour and a half. 30 days later, all of it's done. That's all it takes. No more time, no more complexity. We do everything for you. And I'm going to say it again. It's a one-time $897 fee. And then the Instacard is a $99 per year subscription. So I have a question. I want Therese, I want Joseph, I want Valerie, I want T. I want you all to unmute yourselves. And I want you to answer this question. If all this did was get you one client, just one, would it be worth it?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, it would.
Right on. Thanks, guys. I appreciate all of you. And I'm sure I'm getting a lot of yeses too. So Alex, if you could do these folks a favor in the chat, post the sign up link. And then what I want to do is walk everyone through it step by step. I have more testimony.
I'm gonna do something I never do, Michael.
Cool.
Just as
I like
I've been
change.
doing, Mary knows I've been doing these workshops for a long time. And honestly, we've been traveling the whole country helping realtors all over the place. And I'm always looking to help like Long Island, Westchester. It's kind of the area where I grew up. What I'm gonna do for you all is I'm gonna give you the digital card for free for the whole first year. So if you sign up today, this is the today only offer, but if you sign up today, we're gonna optimize you for $897, which is $300 off. And we're gonna give you the digital card because I want you guys to actually, like somebody said, I'm a new agent. Can I get 25 reviews? I'll bet $100 or more that we can get him 25 reviews in 30 days.
Nice.
I've done this exercise with multiple realtors. Even if you're brand new, getting reviews with this digital card is so easy. So I don't even want you to think about whether or not to get the digital card. I'm just going to include it today only for everybody. So if you click on the link and you want to sign up, you're getting the digital card for free. And in the marketplace, we charge $15 a month or $162 a year. So we're giving that to you.
Nice. That's awesome, Alex. So I want to make sure everyone's doing this right. I see a lot of action being taken right now. So you guys, the sign up process is as follows. First, you're going to see this screen. It's personal information. That's obvious. Go ahead and fill that in and press subscribe. But I want to ask for someone's permission to use you as an example. Out of, Teresa, Joseph, Valerie, T, all these other folks who are texting me, I don't have your names on here. Who can I use as an example to sign up and walk you through it live?
Me. I'll do
Oh,
it.
who's me? Hey, Val.
Valerie. Sorry, I'm trying to sign up, but now I'm all lost.
Oh, no, you're there. No, you'll sign up. Your last name's Cunningham, right?
Right.
Okay, so guys, slow down. Just stop right there, Val. So you guys, what she did was this first page, she put in her personal information and hit subscribe. The next page that popped up was payment. That's obvious. She hit subscribe. Now, Valerie, on this next page, you should see a red calendar link at the top.
I got out of it somehow.
See,
Okay.
I tried to type as fast as I could in the chat for you guys not to do that.
I'll send you the direct link, Valerie. So
Okay.
you can just click on that and do it.
Awesome. So everyone take action like Valerie did, but just take it one step slower. After payment, there's going to be a red calendar link that pops up. When you hit that link, up is going to pop a calendar for all of our experts. You're going to notice it's like 3 to 4 weeks out. There's a reason for that. You need some time to get together the information we need for that 90-minute call, which is headshots, bios, ideas for cover images. Don't worry if you're not a creative like I am. Our experts have access to millions of them on Google. Your company logo is definitely a must. And then any usernames and passwords that you can remember. Don't worry if you don't remember, we're going to figure them out. It's super, super easy. But the most important is make sure you hit the calendar link to schedule your time with your coach. And when you do, I want you to put it in the chat what your day and time you scheduled, or text me, whatever you can, just so I know that everything is legit, okay? So price is $8.97 today, you guys. You get the Instacard for free for 1 year, which he is 100% man of integrity. He has never done that before. I don't know why he's doing it, but it's all good. So
generous.
He is a generous man.
Yeah.
I want you all to appreciate Alex's shirt. It's cut off. He made this for our last convention. All I can see is the top. Alex, is there any way you can like jump or scroll down or step back? It says, "How you doing?" on Google. I love that shirt. We wore those at our last convention. How you doing? So Emma Rose, I am sending you a couple things. I'm going to send you the calendar link to schedule time, and I'm also going to send you the sign up link. We appreciate you. You guys, another thing, don't just pay, hit the right calendar link at the payment. I wanted to make sure that that's in there.
I love how someone's scribbling all over your presentation. It's awesome.
I know. I don't know how they're doing it, but it's pretty. I'm watching to see what comes out of it. We're almost at a stick figure. We're at Hangman. Okay, so what else do we have? Just sign up for the appointment, Jeanette. Awesome. Giorgio, Instacart. The discount is $8.97. It's a $2,000 value plus the $99 discount that he just gave you. So that's awesome. One more
the price online for this is $11.97.
Yes.
So you guys are all getting $300 off plus the digital card. You're basically getting $400 off today.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And we just went to I'll just share, like, we went to the Keller Williams event and we had over 200 agents sign up. We went to the Remax event. We had about 180 agents sign up there just in 3 days. So this, you're really getting in, and those were top producers. You're really getting in something that not a lot of realtors are doing, but it actually is making a huge difference in their business.
Yeah, Valerie, I noticed you're with Keller Williams. Don't tell anyone you got the card for free because everyone else there just paid $100 for the year.
All right, you got it. So I'm not
and
sure
also,
where I am. Should I cancel? Like, I made an appointment initially, but now
With
I've
me?
signed up. So will you guys?
Yeah, you don't need the original appointment, just the second calendar that I gave you the link for.
Unless,
I need you
Valerie,
guys, technology.
yeah, well, check it out. Before you cancel it, you can use that first calendar link is me personally. So if you wanted to talk about other of like the Done For You or Google Local, you can utilize that. But if you're not interested in those, you can cancel it. And then definitely you sign up for the link that Alex gave you, because that's a direct link to the coaches, which is your 90-minute phone call.
Okay, I'll keep it then.
Alex, Patricia needs you to post the link again, please, to sign up. She
Sure,
can't see
sure.
it.
No
Thank
problem.
you. So Patricia, don't forget, it's 3 steps: personal information, subscribe; payment information, subscribe; and then a red calendar link. You have to hit that to schedule time with your coach. By the way, you guys, I forgot that every available date is highlighted in blue. So the calendar pops up, the blue circles are available. You hit that blue date, and then all the times will come up that are available. So Jeanette says, so does the link for RealGrader service include Done For You and other services you noted on this webinar? No, the sign up link that we just put is for the digital optimization of the 8 sites and complete branding across the board. Jeanette, if you're interested in Done For You and Google Local, you need to hit my calendar link, or here, text me. Of course, Anthony, you're welcome. 201-381-7933. That's my cell phone, Jeanette. Just text me and I'll shoot you directly my calendar link. But you definitely want to get optimized. That should be step number 1 on all of yours agenda, because to be honest, it's the most important. I also like to go through some frequently asked questions. What sites do you optimize? We complete the setup and optimization on all 8, like I just mentioned. Who are you going to work with? We schedule a call with an expert coach for a 90-minute phone call once you sign up based on immediate availability, which I just covered. How long does it take? We complete the optimization within 30 business days or less, like I mentioned before. After your 90-minute phone call, 30 days later, it's all done. Do you have a say in the branding? Absolutely. Your coach and our designers are going to work with you on a branding image that is custom. Is it an automated process? Absolutely not. That's one of the things I love about this company. Any appointment you have, it's a live human being. That's not automated. It's none of that stuff. We're all about personal touch because it's a customized approach completed by a team of professionals. We have a proven process and we're like your virtual assistants getting the work done for you. So whoever's ready to go digital, click that link in the chat. Let's get you optimized. This is my personal email. If you guys have any questions, I put my calendar link in there. I put my personal cell phone. I'm still getting texts. Hey, this is Jeanette. Awesome. Thank you so much for signing up. I'll be talking to you.
And if any of you were not in the hot seat and you want Michael to Google you and do what we did with Valerie and with T, just if you haven't put your phone number in the chat, put your phone number in the chat. He'll reach out to you. He'll schedule a time for that, or you can schedule a time on his calendar, which is in the chat as well.
Yep.
But Michael's very generous, and he stays with you, goes through your Google presence, lets you know what's going on and whether or not you need the service.
Yes.
But our commitment is that you actually benefit from using all these tools, that we know it's working for other realtors. It's just a matter of you don't have the time, or you're frustrated, or you can't figure it out. We just go in, we have a 8-step process to just get it all done. And then at the end, Michael didn't mention this, but the coaches stay with you. And at the end, they show you everything that we did so that you can actually review it before it all, you start sharing it on your digital card and things like that.
Alex, can you cut and paste that chat for me?
You got it.
Awesome. Allison has a question. Allison, right above you is my calendar link. You can hit that button too. Anyone else have any specific questions? We'd love to help. You got us for a couple minutes.
I have
What's up?
I have a
Alex?
question about, you sent me the link, but there's a lot of information I need to gather.
Not a
that I
lot.
don't- Well, license, different numbers and things,
That's
website.
for after. So you don't have to do that right now. The link just to did you schedule the call?
Okay, I'm gonna have to go
second-
back and see where I am. I did, but okay. All right, thanks.
You're
Yeah,
good.
that's a form that you'll fill in before your call with your coach. So that's
Okay.
like what Michael said, you need to prepare a couple things. You don't need to do it right now, but take
Okay.
some time either this weekend or early next week and fill that in. Those are the only things we need. It's like your service areas, your license number, your photo, so that we can optimize you across the board.
Not to
Yeah,
sound
so-
stupid, but I'm really bad with technology. So is this gonna come to me in an email, or
Yes.
I say-
Yes,
say-
you're gonna get
okay.
several emails, Valerie. You're gonna,
Okay.
one of them's gonna be an
Perfect.
email about your digital business card.
Okay,
One of them is gonna be an email with your calendar link, so you can add that to your calendar, solidifying that
Perfect.
90-minute call with your coach. And then another email is your welcome email.
okay,
Within that email, it has step-by-step instructions on what we need from you in order to make this 90-minute
okay,
call
I see it
successful.
now. All right,
Beautiful.
thank you
One
guys
more
so
thing,
much.
Val. Yeah, of course. I want to talk to you privately because Keller Williams, I know, is big on recruiting. A lot of agents are using this as a recruiting tool. EXP, all the big names out there
Mhm.
use us as part of a recruiter. So something, if you want to talk about it, you got my number.
Okay,
Awesome. And I want to congratulate Patricia Lewis and
Hey,
Valerie for
Patricia.
taking action today. Way to go.
thanks so much. It's very exciting.
It's
And
finally
for-
going to be done, right?
Oh, hallelujah.
That's the feeling.
This is
we
the
get.
one thing that makes me think about leaving real estate is the technology, legitimately, even though I love it.
Right.
So
That's
having
why
one place where everything can be connected is just, it's like a dream.
That's why we built the company. My mom didn't want to be a Facebook guru or like a techie, and neither did her friends.
Yeah, sometimes
They were
it's
like-
incongruent with the skills that make you a good realtor.
Exactly.
Alex, I almost forgot. Do you want to offer the split payment link? I know they lose a little bit of the discount, but maybe will help other folks take action.
Sure, I can put that out there.
All right, you guys. So we're going to offer a split payment link too. I think you lose about $100 of the discount, but whatever, you still get it. And it allows you to split the payment into 2. So Alex is going to drop that in here for those of you that would like to take advantage of that. Highly, highly recommend it. Because you're going to find you go through this and it's just kind of gets put to the wayside. But you guys are talking about your Google presence. This is where people look you up to do business with you. And if they go and they find blank profiles, incomplete, some of your duplicate profiles, they're gonna go somewhere else. And, you can do it yourself, just like we mentioned, but it's tough. I'm not gonna lie. Alex, you got anything else?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mary, for coordinating this.
Thanks, Mary.
Everybody-
Thank you, everyone. That was really a great presentation as usual. And I think we all learned a lot. I know I learned a lot. And we will be recording this. We'll probably try to get it out to you this afternoon or Monday. So you can kind of review everything because there was a lot of information in there. I think I think we're good with the questions. We don't have any more.
Nope, that's it.
Yeah, I'll just summarize. I'll
Okay.
just summarize just to leave people with the last thing. 5 secrets today was number 1, Google business page. Make sure you have that. Number 2, get your Google reviews so that you look digitally credible online. Number 3 was Google local service ads. If you get a lot of reviews, you can be on Google local service ads, start getting phone calls. Number 4 was adding your sold properties to your Google business page, right? And then what was number 5? Michael, do you remember?
Number 5, the last one.
Oh,
Sorry,
Google
I'm
yourself.
responding.
Google yourself.
Yeah.
Duh. Duh.
I
All
love
right,
it.
awesome. Thank you, everybody.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Alex and Michael and everyone.
Our
Have a
pleasure.
wonderful day.
Too.
Bye.
Bye now.